Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. My name is Ryan and today I'm going to be taking you through my reaction and my review of the new August balancing changes in Clash of Clans. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So if you do want to see this for yourself, you just have to tap on the little icon by the shop on the left and you'll be taken to this page, and on the news tab here, as you can see, there is release notes for the balance changes which take place on August the 11th. So the balancing changes, I'll read it out to you. It says, "Hey Chief, we've got some balance changes we'll be implementing in an upcoming maintenance. The coming balance changes are listed below along with our reasoning behind each change," which I think is really good. I'm glad that they put their reasoning behind the changes as well. I think it's something they've been doing for a while now, and it's definitely good to see exactly why things are changing and where they can help. So I'm going to go through the changes one at a time. There are 4 in total, and the first one is about level 4 dragons. So level 4 dragons hit points will be increased from 2,600 to 2,700. So they're getting a little 100 point hit point increase. And they say that the intention behind this HP increase is to help Town Hall 8 players, where dragons are still very effective, transition to Town Hall 9, where dragons start to lose their effectiveness. Now I don't know if you can see in the bottom left corner, I actually train dragon armies myself and I'm a Town Hall 10. So I don't know if I agree with the fact that they start to lose their effectiveness. I mean, of course in Town Hall 8 and 7 they seem to be able to tear through bases like really easily, but to be honest I always seem to get wins with dragons, at least get like 2 stars. But yeah, I guess like with the inclusion of Expos and Inferno Towers, the dragons are a little bit less effective and they do get singed quite easily by them single targeted Infernos. But yeah, it's good to see that hopefully people will start to continue to use dragons a bit more as they go up in Town Hall level. I think like about Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11, especially when Electro Dragons get introduced, that dragons do fall off a bit, but they're still my favourite troop and still my favourite army to use. So that is the first update. Let's move on to the second. So the second is a nice and short one. It's that level 9 Valkyries hit points are being increased from 1850 to 1900. So not quite as big of an upgrade as we had for the dragons, but still their hit points are getting increased by 50. And Supercell say that their intention is to make Valkyries a more attractive option for Town Hall 14 players. So this is very much a high level gameplay update, and hopefully we can see the return of Go Varwi or Go Varwi with Golems, Valkyries and Wizards. I'm not sure exactly where Valkyries would fit in that high of a Town Hall level, because I personally haven't got up to that point yet. But yeah, this, like I say, this is something that's going to be affecting those at the highest level of gameplay, and we'll soon see whether Valkyries begin to make their way into people's armies again. But of course the meta at the moment is air attacks, so we'll have to see if these balancing changes actually do anything towards that. So the third change is for Seeking Air Mines, and it's that their projectile speed is going to be increased by 1 tile from 2.5 to 3.5 per second. And it says that the goal of this balance change is to make Seeking Air Mine attacks more consistent and predictable against battle blimps that have a movement speed of 2.25 tiles per second. So essentially the battle blimps were too fast for the air mines and they couldn't keep up. I guess you just didn't know whether they'd actually like trigger off or anything like that. I personally haven't. I think I've used the battle blimp a couple of times from the clan castle, but as a Town Hall 10 I cannot yet create them. So this is definitely something that will help to balance that out, and to be honest I think this is another one that's just going to help balance out the fact that air attacks are the meta at the minute. Hopefully with the Seeking Air Mines being more effective, it can mean that these air attacks are less used. I think like all high level Clash of Clans players right now are using air attacks, and it would be good to see some people using ground again. So that is the Seeking Air Mine change, and the last change to talk about is about the Expo. So it says that Expo range while in ground and air mode is going to be increased by 0.5 tiles from 11 to 11.5. Personally, I've always thought that the air and ground Expos don't really cover much ground, and so it does kind of make them a little bit useless. And it says here that although the current meta leans towards air heavy attacks, most Expos remain set to ground. And I mean, personally I've got 2 Expos set to ground and 1 set to air and ground, and hopefully this change here will mean that I can set 2 to air and ground and not compromise myself too much. It says the goal of the extended range is to make air and ground mode Expos more effective against air attacks, and as an additional note, because the in-game stats do not show decimal places for the range, the expo range will still display as 11, even though it has been increased to 11.5. So don't worry if it still says 11 and you're a little bit confused. It's only something in the game and it will actually be 11.5. So yeah, like I say, I'm probably going to have 2 air and ground expos now and 1 set to ground. And hopefully with these balancing changes coming into play, we can stop the meta and make it a little bit less meta and hopefully get some more ground attacks coming into the game. So to finish off by saying, because the listed changes will affect game mechanics, all replays will be wiped during the upcoming maintenance. We apologise for any inconvenience. So if you can't find your replays in the replay section, that is why. Clash on. So those are the changes. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are these going to help to balance the game? Do you still think that air attacks are going to be the meta? Have they done enough here to sort of balance things out? Let me know in the comments your thoughts and let's have a little discussion going. So that's where I'm going to leave things. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.